Hi, Jason here with Odys Global, and today I wanted to look at this age domain, happybaristas.com. It's a domain that I've picked out as probably an affiliate site, but I think there's a few ways you could go with this, but the obvious play for me would be to build this out as a dedicated affiliate website or coffee resource. First things first, the domain name I absolutely love, happybaristas.com. I think it's perfectly brandable. I think this is one that I would certainly look to build out a site on this domain itself. It has, if we look at the kind of key stats that Odys give us here, we can see that there's a fair amount of high DR links coming in. And if we look at the kind of history of it, it's got a domain rank of 22. It is in the food kind of kitchen topical authority, or that's the topical relevance. And then it's got about 8 years of age. It's predominantly English language, although when we delve into it, you'll see that this was actually a German coffee house. But it was written in English, and a lot of the links are from English sites or from US or UK sites. So that, again, this gives us a bit of flexibility with how we use this domain. So let's delve into that in a little bit more detail. So I've put it into Ahrefs. We can see here, this is telling us it's a DR22. It's got 281 backlinks from 123 referring domains. That's a really healthy ratio of just over 2-to-1 in terms of backlinks to referring domains. That all looks pretty positive. So let's take a look at what those domains are. And we can see kind of got these listed in order of DR. So we've got some pretty powerful referring domains here, as we just noticed: hostelworld.com, theweek.co.uk, falstaff.com, baristamagazine.com. I think is an excellent link, because not only is that a high DR, but it's also a very, very relevant domain too. And then as you go down, you'll notice that there are a fair few coffee related domains too. Again, coffeeness.de. That's obviously that's a German publication, but it is a DR60, and it's got a very healthy traffic number of about 270,000 hits per month. Worldcoffeeportal.com, again, that's a great relevant link to have. DR58, nearly 20,000 traffic. We've got food related, whatswonderlust.com, again, really high traffic backlinks, happycoffee.org. So from my point of view, that's looking great in terms of the power of the links coming in, but we've also got some really relevant backlinks coming in too. So it hits both fronts there. Now, the other thing, if I look at these backlinks in more detail, the one thing that I really like here, and this is going to make whoever purchases this domain, it's going to make their life a lot easier, is the fact that the majority of those links are going to the homepage, because this was not a huge site. So the only negative there is that there's probably not going to be a massive amount of resources that you can go back and rejuvenate some of the old content. But that gives you pretty much a blank canvas to work from, which is in my eyes, that's actually more beneficial than a hindrance. And the fact that all of these backlinks are coming into the root domain is a real positive, because it's perfect in terms of the fact that it's all branded anchor text. Which is going to really protect you in the long term, in terms of if you want to do link building in the future, you can go really targeted with that anchor text. And then secondly, it's just going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to resurrecting the site, because you've not got to worry about redirecting a lot of links and that sort of thing. There are the odd ones. There's the odd one that's going to image links and things like that, but you're probably not going to need to worry too much about those. A lot of those are blog spots. But on the whole, that all checks out, looks really, really good. Now, if we look at it in Wayback Machine, again, we can see this is what the site was. So they specialised in specialty coffee beans from roasters over Europe. So this again leads us into how you might use this domain. So probably the initial. There are a few ways you could do it. I would certainly go down the affiliate route. Now, I've got coffee I've got one coffee website at the moment. I've had another one in the past that I bought, built up, flipped, sold, and did very, very, very well with that. And so I do know this space pretty well. So from my point of view, I wouldn't necessarily go down the the display ads route or creating an info resource, although you could do that if you wanted to. But initially, to get the most traction and to get the fastest gains, I would look to build out affiliate content. And initially, I would probably go down the line of reviewing coffee itself. So coffee beans, decaf coffee, Swiss water coffee. There's lots and lots of keywords around that. And as I said, I know, because I know the space quite well, I know that there are pretty good... well, there's loads of direct deals that you can do. So yes, you can promote through Amazon, but for example, Koa Coffee, Volcanica Coffee, and this is Authority Hackers list here, but I've actually been an affiliate for both of these, and 10 to 15% is pretty much the standard. I think Koa Coffee is 15%, and Volcanica is 10 to 15, but you can easily get 15% commission on coffee itself, and the search volume is pretty good. So for example, best decaf coffee, it's a difficulty level of 11, so it's not particularly difficult, and you can see here it's got around 5,000 searches a month just for that one specific keyword, and then you've got loads of other keywords that come off that. Like just off that, there's 757 keywords that you could go with, and that's just one piece of content. So you can see there that there's a lot of opportunity in terms, and also people will spend money on coffee. So it's not unusual to get an average order value of $50 to $70 with a coffee order. Now, once you've explored that, then I would probably look to go down the route of one area that I would probably look at with this specifically because of the domain name is I'd probably look at barista courses. So there are barista courses that you can take online, and like this is one example here, Boot Coffee Campus, and they pay 20% commission on those digital signups. So again, that's nice and easy to do. And you probably don't need a huge amount of content to get that to rank either. It's not going to be a huge topical cluster. And then your other topical cluster that you're going to want to explore for sure is going to be coffee machines. They're high value products. You know, you can obviously initially I'd go after the domestic market, but you've got the you know, the actual coffee industry as well, where you can go and try and sell commercial machines, and some of those commercial machines are $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. But your typical kind of domestic machines are going to be retailing for anything between $50 and about $700, and people are happy to pay it. And again, you can get pretty typically 7 to 10% commission on those, and you know, it's really nice to see those coming in, particularly as you go up towards you know, Christmas periods and things like that. These are things that people buy as gifts all the time, whereas the coffee itself is an all year round purchase, and it's something that people are going to be buying again and again and again. So and I don't see it going away anytime soon. So that would be my blueprint for happy baristas. If you want to delve into it a little bit more, feel free to reach out and book a strategy call, and I'd be happy to go into a lot more detail on what I've talked about today. Thanks.